Your favorite compas have another jam-packed episode of Lunes Live. But first, happy Mother's Day to all the lovely mothers out there. We appreciate everything you guys do. We'll share in a bit what we did for our mothers on Mother's Day with our families. After that, we'll talk a little Chargers news, and we'll predict which NFL teams will surprise in 2024. Plus, Vic, the producer, joins us for NFL Rapid Fire. And, of course, we cannot forget to talk about combat sports. And also, this is week 2 of No Dan and Dago. He should be back next week. So I know some of you guys Jorge are very excited about that. But also, we just wanted to thank you guys, the fans, the viewers, for helping us get to 10K subscribers. You guys are amazing. We talk boxing, we talk UFC, we talk WWE. So for all you new subscribers that are here, we do a little bit of everything. We do NFL, all that stuff. So thank you guys so much for subscribing to us. Don't forget to hit the notification button so whenever we go live or we have any of that other stuff, you guys are the first to see it. But all right, Gilberto, don't you have a question for our viewers and or listeners?
Yes, and just to piggyback off of what you just said, thank you for the new subscribers. 10K, that's a big accomplishment here on the Compas on the Beat Network. And like you mentioned, Fernando, we cover it all. Boxing, pro wrestling, yeah, that too, MMA, NFL. But we're going to get more NFL conversations this week because we kind of been forgetting about it because it was a busy schedule for combat sports. But for the engagement question of the week.
And there's still a lot left. There's still the busy time.
June's going to be pretty loaded too, but we're still in May. We'll worry about that. But actually, a lot of boxing this weekend, actually. So much to get to. But for the engagement question of the week, rookie mini camps took place last weekend and the weekend before that, I think. So might as well ask the question: who will win offensive and defensive rookie of the year? Let us know if you're a Chargers fan. Obviously, you got Joe Alt, maybe a lineman winning rookie of the year. I don't know if that happens too often, but Marvin Harrison Jr. could be maybe the favorite, or Caleb Williams, defensive rookie of the year. Maybe Latu or maybe Jared Verse from the Rams. Just give me a couple names that you want to throw out there.
Would be a good one there.
Yeah, there you go. Junior
Colson
could be a sleeper. Third round out of Michigan. So the linebacker there. So to give us a couple names in the live chat or in the replay of the comments, let us know.
Compas on the beat. Let's get it. Let's go.
Yeah. So we're Compas.
Yeah, we are.
There you go.
There you go. Okay, all right. We got proof right there.
Some guy that seems like he's asleep. Need you to wake up, Gilbert. There's a lot of energy.
Come on, Gilbert. Let's go.
Come on. Dan and Dago is at Moe's.
I'll show you. I got it right.
Okay, that's it. You guys, I am done with mine, but that's couldn't get better than a 2026 6th-round pick swap for a 7th-rounder. So
freaking love you, Chad.
Hey, dude. Cool, man.
Compas on the beat, man. Derwin James signing off, man. Watch Compas on the beat.
Welcome to Compas on the Beat. I'm Fernando Ramirez. Cover the Chargers for the Sporting Tribune. With me, as always, my co-host, my tag team partner. I hope he's awake. Covers the NFL for Sports Illustrated. Gilbert Manzano. What's up, bro?
What's up, Fernando? I'm not gonna lie. I need a little more energy because we're in that slow period of the NFL calendar, and one of the rare weekends we've had off in a minute because should I go? WrestleMania, UFC 300, Garcia Haney, Canelo Munguia. So finally be home.
Weird not jumping on the
draft.
train.
I know, just doing something, cover NFL draft in between that too. So, but it was still a busy weekend because it was Mother's Day and we got to show love to the moms. But yeah, it was nice to be home a little more this weekend. And I was like, oh, Monday's here. Ah, crap. What are we going to talk about? And then we found a lot of stuff to talk about. So yeah,
exactly. Real quick, Angel, what's up, man? How you doing? Thier, hello. He says hi to both of us. He said bolts up. But he said offensive rookie of the year will be Nabers with Danny Dimes. And defense Latu. Oh, he has Latu. I actually like that one. I actually really like Latu. I've been telling you that one, Gilbert. Yeah, exactly. But Gilbert, is your mom
drafted, right?
Yeah, by the Colts. I mean, that's going to be a great combination. Gilbert, is your mom like mine in the sense of she wanted both celebrations this weekend? My mom was like, hey, I want all 3. She wanted us all 3 days. So all 3 days we did something with her. We celebrated her. And I don't know if that's how your mom is as well.
Yeah, no, it's tough. So I at least have to make a phone call or make it like a big deal. But like, there's so much going on. And for me
Yeah.
specifically, Caroline's dad, his birthday is May 10th, which is Mexican Mother's Day. And
Oh.
then you got the mom too on her side.
Right.
You got my mom. So I think what we did this year was, I kind of feel bad like splitting it, but we went for May 10th, which was I think Thursday. We celebrated Caroline's dad's birthday, and we hung out with the mom. We went to go watch Planet of the Apes. Actually, it was actually not bad. I enjoyed Planet of the Apes. I
Were you
couldn't
awake
tell.
the whole time?
It was that good. I don't remember which part it was in the series, but apparently it takes place in the future. So we did that. That was pretty cool. And then Saturday, we spent time with my mom. So we had like a little barbecue. We actually played pickleball. I don't know if you played pickleball before, Fernando. So we went to the
At
park,
the beach.
played pickleball.
Oh no,
Uh,
no, you can't play that at the beach. No. I've never played pickleball.
unless you found like a little court there. But we played, and then we had like a little like a pizza barbecue. We didn't want to cook. We got a little lazy, so I all around lazy. I'm wearing a hat today. I'm not having shaven, so lazy weekend. But we did that on Saturday, and then somehow we kind of just said, well, Sunday it's actual Mother's Day. We took it off, Caroline and myself, and we just kind of hung around. It's been a minute. You?
Sunday, I almost committed murder, Gilbert.
So were you on the grill?
I almost committed murder. I did. I was at Little Daniel's house. Oh God, I hope. Well, whatever. I don't care. I don't give a shit. I was at Little Daniel's house, and my uncle's like, "Hey, can you grill?" And I was like, "Yeah, of course." I haven't been on the grill in a minute, probably since we ended up moving. So I'm like, "Yeah, I'd love to jump back on the grill." So I bring my own seasoning for the burgers. Half of the people there did not want my seasoning, so I'm like, "All right, freaking."
That's offensive.
You remember the one time that Roman Reigns was joking with John, not joking, but he was with John Cena, and he's like, "You know why Nikki left you? Because she was bored of you, missionary, a missionary. That's the only position you like, missionary." Yeah, that's these people. That's what they like. But my people were like, "No, throw the seasoning on there. Let's do it." So obviously, Dan and Dago was sitting right there next to me, and he decided to he was like, "Hey, I'll sit here with you." I'm like, "All right." Little Daniel was my sous chef, so obviously whatever I needed, Little Daniel would go and get it for me. And so well, before no, I'll get into that, and then I'll get into the other thing. So just real quick, so I start grilling and everything, and I'm a machine. I'm not gonna lie. I start going, and I'm like, bang, bang, bang. All right, I'm like, what's the name? SpongeBob SquarePants at over there at the no, you're good, at the Krabby Patties, whatever, Krusty Krab. There you go. And so all of a sudden, I get one of Little Daniel's cousins, because he comes over and he's like, "Oh, hey, can I throw on a burger? Do you need any help?" I'm like, "No, I'm good." And then my aunt came by and she's like, "Here, I would suggest doing this and this." I'm like, and I told my uncle, I'm like, "Uncle Daniel, get your people." I'm like, "I'm killing people. Like, no, leave me alone. I'm on the grill. Leave me alone. It's me." And obviously, I had to feed my brother first. There was some jealousy there, because I fed. Well, obviously, I fed my mom also. My mom got one of the first burgers as well.
It's Mother's Day.
But no, I understand that. But also, I had to get Daniel fed and everything, and so I gave him his burger. And Little Daniel, my mom, my sister, and my brother said that they were amazing. Nobody else told me anything. A little disappointed. Oh no, my aunt and my other cousin told me, and their dad told me that it was great. So I was like, all right. Nobody else said anything, so dead to me. But yeah, people were getting in my way. I didn't like that. I don't like that. Leave me alone. I'm in my own bubble. I don't need any of that. And then just real quick, just to give you guys a little Dan and Dago story. In the morning on Mother's Day, my mom and my brother and I got up early and we went to go watch Arsenal versus Manchester United at the bar with our compa Eddie. And Daniel wore sweats and everything, and he's like, "You know what? On the drive back, I'm going to go like this to Uncle Daniel's house. F it. I don't care." And I'm like, "It's Mother's Day." He's like, "I don't give a shit. I want to be comfortable." And so when he tells my mom that, my mom didn't believe him. And my mom's coming down the stairs so that we can leave. And then she goes, "Oh, my nightmare became a reality, I guess." I just started laughing. And he's like, "Mom, I'm not going to change." And I was like, "Oh my God." So this was,
you got a picture of him in sweats for with his mom, or what?
Look at that. Stud.
That's such a coach outfit too. Where's the whistle at? Just need a whistle and you're good.
Oh, that's what my uncle said. And everybody was giving Daniel like they were all giving him crap because he would not like they're like, you're such a coach. And he's like, well, yeah, that's what I am. And my mom's like, God, if he ends up making that like his complete career, like let's just say he makes it to college or the NFL or whatever, she's like, that's all he's gonna be dressed in. I'm like, and then Melissa goes, Mom, he's in high school and he's still like dressing like that. Like it's gonna be even worse when he's older. And so we just started laughing about it. So but yeah, everybody was giving him compliments on his I told him, like, you're the best looking guy here. He's like, you see that? He's like, why are we mad that I wore this? So
hey,
it was
it's just good to look good in sweatpants. So
I know.
Doing something right.
Exactly.
And I know we got to move on real quick, Fernando, but soccer related, I did start a new reality TV show, Trash TV, yesterday. I don't know if you heard of this one, but on Peacock, what you call it?
On the Cock?
Yeah, on the Peacock. Apparently, it's like these 5 famous soccer players in a reality show to find love in the United States where nobody knows them. People like me, I have no idea who these people are, but they're like on a dating show, and they leave the UK, they leave Mexico, and they come over here where nobody recognizes them. And they
know the players?
One, I think his name is Marco Fabian.
Oh my God, he's doing that?
Well, I don't know how he said he was on the cover of FIFA
after hitting an incredible goal against Barcelona and like in like a friendly game a couple years ago, and off of that he got famous.
He keeps talking about the gold medal he won in the Olympics too. But,
he was on that gold medal team.
And then there's a couple guys that I don't know. There's some player from the Netherlands who was in the World Cup.
Was it interesting?
It's pretty good. Ryan Bale, I don't know, something like that, or Babel. But it's
Robin Van Persie. No,
something. I'm butchering the names, but it's pretty interesting. Check it out, and I do want to maybe reach out to some of these people to come on the show. It's actually a good show.
Oh, I'd be down to do it. Marco Fabian would probably be the one that would do it.
He's having a tough time. I don't want to spoil it, but yeah.
I saw another show where they take men from the United States and take them to foreign countries, and they do it like none of the women in the house speak English, and it's like, can you find love that way? I was like, Jesus, like that's crazy. But just real quick, again, we want to obviously celebrate all the moms, celebrate our moms. They're our backbone. Without them, we wouldn't be doing what we're doing. So we definitely appreciate our mothers, and Vic's mother as well. Sorry, Vic, I'm including your mom as well. So yeah, all the moms out there, thank you guys so much. And yeah, I'm definitely a mama's boy. I won't lie on that one. But all right, Gilbert. Let's move. Unless you want to say something real quick.
No, I'm with you. Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers here on the Compas on the Beat family.
Yeah, I wonder how many how many people are with us, or how many moms are watch the show.
Yeah,
so that'd be
interesting
to know. Gilbert, God, we woke up to some crazy ass shit. Yeah, I'm sorry, I did it. But Gilbert, what the hell?
Oh yeah. Man, that was
No, and Gilbert, that's not even the best part. What I loved was real quick. My bad, Vic. I'm gonna use it again. This was hilarious.
What happened to your head? By the way, Tyson Fury's dad reminds me of Dan Quinn. Like, he looks like Dan Quinn.
Okay, I was thinking the exact same thing during the video.
Dan Quinn, who got in trouble over the weekend wearing a shirt, by the way.
Oh my God, in trouble. Well, I don't know. it's the whole thing is just weird.
That's intense.
But dude, I couldn't believe I saw that, and I was like, oh my God. I'm like, the dad did it again. I mean, almost in every press conference. Yes, at the year, if you have a question for Gilbert, once we do the Charger segment, you can ask him the question. Obviously, I don't think this is a fight that you need to sell. I don't think you need to pull a De La Hoya Canelo unless they've already seen some of the pre-order numbers and they're kind of nervous about it. But I don't think you need to pull anything that anybody else is. I mean, this is Tyson Fury and Usyk. I think both of these guys are big enough names, or maybe I'm wrong.
No, and in a bit I'll give you a prediction, but I think if you are a hardcore boxing fan, you don't need the sell point or the pitch, because it's going to be undisputed heavyweight championship belt, or belts, 4 belts, and I guess heavyweight has lost his prestige, from the 90s or the 70s. But I guess the last time there was a fight this big in terms of championship belts, last time was 1999. Evander Holyfield and Lennox Lewis in Las Vegas with all 4 belts on the line. So it's going to happen again here. So history is going to be made. But Dan Quinn, looking Tyson Fury's dad. Yeah, he went overboard, man. I guess he got really bothered by it, and it just reminds you how many kind of what should I call it, the dads of boxing. They're a little out there, the dads of boxing. I just put that. I'll say that.
So I think we need to do a list one day.
Father's
You and
Day.
I both need to come up with a list of boxing dads
For Father's Day. Let's have a
Father's
nice
Day.
list.
Boom! I love it. Yeah, Father's Day. We'll come up with our list of top 10 or top 5
pound for pound rankings and the dads.
Exactly.
In terms of crazy is and good trainer and things like that.
Exactly. This fight, to me, I honestly don't think that they need all these shenanigans. Obviously, Tyson Fury's dad has been like this in the past. We all know. Even when it was Jake Paul versus Tommy Fury, he pulled out a couple stunts like this. He did some stuff like that. So I understand where they're coming from, but dude, come on. Like, this is a big enough fight. They don't need you. They don't need you doing all this stuff and pulling all this. So I just thought that it was. I just thought it was. You didn't need all that. Like, for what? Why did you need to do that? So I just I didn't understand it.
Yeah, as long as it wasn't Tyson Fury getting involved, I think we're okay. But yeah.
What'd you say?
As long as Tyson Fury is not involved, we're okay.
Oh, well, yeah, no, and that's exactly it. But it was so funny because Tyson even went at some of Usyk's people during the press conference.
And me. Yous are all dossers. He's getting knocked out, and you two are going to be working for me, carrying me bag slinks. So remember that. Remember I said it on this stage.
Let the fight go on.
Let's get the press conference going, sausage.
Win.
Let your man
and
talk.
let the belts come back home to Ukraine.
Rubbish.
Thank you, ladies
I already
and
relieved one
gentlemen.
Ukrainian of all the belts.
Glory
and
to
I
the
relieved
heroes.
That idiot of the belts I gave him, including my Ring magazine that I only vacated last year, so I could win it back 3 times, sausage.
Freaking Tyson Fury, man, he's wild.
We need to get that dude on one day. I think we'd have I think we'd have a lot of fun with him on the show.
Is it I know we're a little out of order, but you want me to give you a prediction? Just get it out the way.
No, but yeah, I'm sorry. I kind of started. I should have. I
wasn't sure. Should I give you more? Or
no.
not?
No. This is the Fury.
Let's knock it out then. And again, thank you to all. Yeah, let's knock it out. But again, thank you to all the boxing subscribers here on the channel. I've been seeing all the support from the boxing supporters here. There we go. Combat Compas. So Tyson Fury versus Oleksandr Usyk. Again, like I mentioned, all the belts are on the line, all 4 of them, or even the Ring magazine belts on there. And Fernando, maybe I'll surprise you here, but I'm gonna go with Oleksandr Usyk. He is a little smaller, but when it comes to skill and the way he picked apart Anthony Joshua, not once but twice, and I just don't know. Tyson Fury is a little older. Maybe the work ethic is not there. We saw what happened with Ngannou, and I know with Usyk, having to deal with somebody so big and so crafty and can move, and he also doesn't have the advantage of power like a Deontay Wilder, because somebody that massive, you got to push him back somehow. But I think Usyk is a guy who is very, he has good feet, good ring work, smart, good IQ, and enough pop to kind of hurt you. So I expect Usyk to, in a tough matchup, to maybe get more points on the scorecards. I might even say it could be like a close bout. So I'm gonna go majority decision. Usyk or I keep thinking about Kyle Usyk, but Usyk. There you go. Oleksandr Usyk, the Ukrainian champion with the 3 belts there. I think is gonna go get the upset. He's been waiting for this fight for a long time, Fernando. So I think for me, that motivation, that fire, that desire, I think Fury might have lost that a little bit, and Usyk, Usyk, there you go, has it.
Gilbert. Listen to what my boy talks about it right here.
You're fighting the best British heavyweight there's ever been. The fucking dauntless in these waters, me. You beat all the rest of them, but you ain't beat Tyson Fury yet, sausage. Look at him, his heart's pounding now. He's like a little pussy with an earring in. Shit house.
I think he's getting annoyed of all the antics now.
Well, I'm gonna be honest. I think I'm gonna go the yeah, Theo, go ahead, send your question. I'm gonna go the other route. I think the Ngannou knockdown was I think the Ngannou knockdown and him almost losing that fight. Technically, we all think he did lose. I think that might have been the wake up call that he needed to kind of be like, hey, step it up. He looked fat during that fight, and now
I don't blame him. It wasn't a real fight, but still.
I know, but I can never go into something and say I'm gonna half-ass this. Like I've said it before. Like there's been times where I get angry or something, and I'm like, I'm just gonna half-ass it, and I can't. And I feel like professional fighters, he might have half-assed that fight, but I think there's no way he can go into this and say, you know what, my reputation is on the line. I need this. I know that he needs it more, but I don't think Tyson. I think Tyson's bigger. I don't think. I think you need power like Ngannou. Ngannou has power. I think that's what you need to knock him down or knock him out. So I think Tyson got a wake up call with that, and I think Tyson is going to be the one that comes out victorious with this. And then who knows? Maybe he retires and says, you know what? I'm done with this. I'm going to go do something else and vacates the championships. But I think Tyson Fury is still going to be on his game, and I expect him to come out victorious here because I think he needs this, and I think he wants to obviously continue the legacy that he's built, and I don't think he's going to get lazy at the end the way we've seen some other fighters kind of get lazy.
It sounds like they're already planning no matter what a rematch here. So
yeah.
It might be one more for Fury, but if you're Fury, like if you win all the belts now and you're an undisputed heavyweight champion and you're beating Deontay Wilder, what else do you need to prove? Like, I guess you could go fight Anthony Joshua, but like,
for what?
You've already you beat the guy who beat the guy twice.
There's only been one fight that I've wanted to see with him, and unfortunately, Andy Ruiz hasn't gotten up to that. Like, I've kind of wanted to see that. Because I've always wanted to see if Andy Ruiz could step up, and I know he's a lot.
Guys who have power always gonna have a chance of Fury because his chin is a little suspect, and Andy Ruiz has the power. He's like Deontay Wilder.
Yeah, and I'd love to see that, but I know we're not gonna get it because I just don't think Andy has fought enough in the last few years to garner a championship fight, unless he does something incredible in August, or where you think,
I was gonna say he's coming back soon.
Yeah, so but I think Tyson, if he does end up winning, I could see him because he's talked about it in interviews before. He'd love to go back to WWE. The only thing is he has some legal issues that I don't know if he can. What's up, Jorge? I don't think he can come back into the US for the time being. So it might have to be a clash.
WWE, I was gonna say they spent a lot of time in overseas lately, especially through SummerSlam.
Exactly. So we'll see what he does, but I have Tyson winning this. There's no. I just.
What do you got? You got decision, knockout.
Oof, I want to go knockout so bad, but I just think Usyk is just way too skilled. So I'll go decision. I'll go split decision.
It's a tough one. It's a tough one to call.
Yeah, no, it really is because there's a lot of unknown. So Gilbert has Usyk winning by decision.
I hadn't even looked at the betting line, but I'm pretty sure it's pretty close. I'm guessing Fury is a favorite by a little bit, but yeah, I don't know, Fernando. I think Fury.
Tyson Fury is the narrow 5-6 favorite to win. 3 out of 1 by TKO and 7 out of 4 by decision.
Okay, yeah.
Usyk
I'm not surprised. Fury has a size advantage. He has experience. So I get that, but I think people overlook the skill of Oleksandr Usyk.
No, I completely agree with you. All right, Gilbert. Obviously, like I said, I jumped the gun. That's my bad.
Good call, Jorge.
But now that Gilbert's gone,
I didn't see the second half. Okay. I don't blame you.
Right on the Canelo one. So
this one I'm taking a chance. I don't care if the curse is on the line.
all right. Gilbert, obviously Lomachenko destroys Cambosos over the weekend. He just completely picked him apart and really went at him. So, Gilbert, I have to ask you, Lomachenko's obviously worked his way back up. He had that weird fight against Devin Haney it was a year ago, right?
A little longer, I feel like.
Okay.
But
It was over a year ago. He's made his way back up. So what do you feel like is next for Lomachenko? Because I kind of have a different route than I think what you're gonna pick.
well, first of all, it was very impressive for Vasily Lomachenko. And the first question I have before I get to Lomachenko is like, how the hell did George Cambosos or Cambosos beat Teofimo Lopez? Teofimo Lopez,
Yeah.
lost to him when Cambosos got crushed twice by Devin Haney. Now got crushed by Lomachenko, and then I think Ryan Garcia's calling him Cambozo with a Z, so that's actually pretty funny. And then Teofimo Lopez, like, everybody's getting on this guy for being terrible and trying to say, well, how did Teofimo lose? So he had to defend himself on Twitter saying, I was hurt, this and that, I had this and that and that. I'm like, whatever, with excuses. It led to him getting a couple good marquee matches, and one with being Lomachenko in Australia. And Lomachenko, I knew he was gonna win, but I wanted to see which guy it is. Is the guy who's on the way out, like about to be 40 years old, and you start thinking about what a career that never really happened because he spent too much time with the Olympic gold medals, and he didn't really go through the professional rankings, and it kind of felt like a career that just you could have gotten more. And now he might have one more run at it because the way he dominated, there goes a cat here, the way he dominated Cambosos in stunning fashion. I think the official and the trainer, wanted to end the fight at the same time because the towel went out in the ring, and then the official was like, okay, that's over with. So first of all, impressive performance. Now it's like Tank Davis is saying, hey, I want to fight him after Frank Martin. And I don't know, Tank, you shouldn't overlook Frank Martin because Frank Martin is a good boxer. He's talented, might be your toughest challenge of your career. But hey, all of a sudden, Gervonta wants to fight Lomachenko. Is it because, oh, he's older? Maybe, I could take him on. I don't like that route. But hey, shout out to Devin Haney. Shout out to Teofimo Lopez. They all beat Lomachenko when he was a little younger. That's not an easy fight. I don't think Ryan Garcia could fight him because he's too small and he's too big. But Tank Lomachenko could be a good fight. The other I guess route could be Shakur Stevenson, but I don't want to see Shakur Stevenson. He's just a guy who's not being, I guess, marketed properly, or he's not doing his job to sell fights, and he's not really an entertaining fighter. He's a skillful fighter. He has a lot of defense, but Tank Davis and Lomachenko, that's a fight you want to see. If you're like kind of a casual boxing fan, get Lomachenko and Tank Davis in the ring. I think Tank will beat Lomachenko, but the Lomachenko that had the pop, the offensive arsenal, could come forward. He doesn't have the same defense or counter game because he lost some of the footwork that he had when he was younger, but he has good combinations. When I talk about Canelo and the combinations, prime Lomachenko had the same thing. So Lomachenko and Tank Davis will be a good fight, but again, it was very impressive. I don't think it's gonna happen because Tank Davis fights for PBCs where politics come in, and Lomachenko's with Top Rank. Angel says Lomachenko is one of my favorites. Hope he gets a good fight. I hope so too. I hope that Bob Arum and Top Rank say, all right, you want to go fight Tank Davis? Let's kind of meet in the middle with Al Heyman and PBC and figure out where to put it, Prime or ESPN. That's a good fight. I know Lomachenko's a little older, maybe like Triple G and Canelo, but I want to see that fight. And if Tank is through Frank Martin, let's make it happen for the career of Lomachenko. This guy won 2 freaking medals for Ukraine. Did everything that you wanted. Top Rank. He fought all the best of the best. He even fought a champion out the gate, and he lost to Orlando Salido, and he had to recover from that. He fought Devin Haney. He fought Teofimo Lopez. Everything you've been asked for Lomachenko, he's done it. Now go help out the guy and get a fight across the street.
Dan O, we will get, man, it's like you have a copy of the script. We're going to get to your question right after we're done talking about Lomachenko. Delbert says, Fury has slowed down and Usyk is going to be too quick for him. Sadly, Andy's a gatekeeper now, but rooting for him. And then Loma was a master again.
Yes.
Gilbert, I'm kind of going with I heard the announcer say this when I was watching the fight, And I kind of tend to agree with them. I think he's going to go Shakur Stevenson first.
It's an easy fight to make because
exactly
they're both same promoter. But yeah,
I don't know if Tank's going to fight after the year's over. Like,
but real quick, Stevenson, I think he has one more fight on his contract with Top Rank. So after that, it might not be an easy fight because I don't think Top Rank is going to keep Shakur Stevenson. He hasn't done his part of being selling a fight, building a brand, and Top Rank is very quick to say, okay, you don't want to build your brand, we're out of here.
Well, I just feel like they'll fight by the end of the year, and then next year it'll be Gervonta versus. I don't know if Gervonta fights before the year's up, because when is his June 15th? He could, but I'm just saying, like, and then what's the money fight for him after that? So that's kind of my question, but I agree with you. I think Gervonta and Lomachenko would be literally, in my opinion, Lomachenko's last dance in a sense with his age and everything.
Yeah, let him get that payday, man.
Yeah, no, I'd love that. All right, Gilbert. A little bit of disappointing news, obviously. I'm sure for for people in general, because the numbers for Canelo versus Munguia came out. I think it was 520,000.
I haven't seen it like from like the actual people that you trust in boxing, but a lot of people have already said 500,000 to 600,000 subscriptions. Or pay-per-view buy. Sorry,
Canelo and Charlo got 650,000. So yeah, a little bit down from that. Gilbert, is he still the king of pay-per-views, or is he starting to kind of, or is this the people telling him, you know what fight we want? And this goes into Dano's question. Do you think Canelo versus Benavidez will happen by the end of the year? But is this basically them telling him, hey, we don't want it, you know what fight we want?
Well, this could be good and bad, right? Like, the good, it's kind of bad for Canelo. Like, I guess you're kind of taking a hit with pay-per-view sales and ticket sales, but
because he made $35 million off of this fight.
He's I guess there's no bad for him, but you're making $35 million off of one fight. What the problem is, Fernando, like when you guarantee so much money without the pay-per-view upsides, then you're banking on this to go over 1 million pay-per-views. The event loses money, but how many people are going to say, well, we're okay with taking the loss because we're going to promote Canelo? And a lot of people want to do that, and Canelo's been doing this kind of free agent thing since he left Golden Boy and Oscar De La Hoya. But now he's gone through DAZN, he's gone through PBC and Prime and Showtime. And if these companies keep losing money after a while, it's like, well, we've done the Canelo route. We've already promoted him. I think we're good. Obviously, one more player would be Saudi Arabia, right? They're going to throw money at Canelo because they want to do it. So I think Canelo is in good standing right now in terms of losing some money. It's not a lot of money, I bet. But Fernando, we saw it. I pointed it out at T-Mobile Arena. There was a whole section blacked out. I'm like, how the hell is this a 17,000 gate attendance when I see the whole section right there blacked out? I was actually surprised. I'm like, cool, 2 Mexican fighters. I know Munguia is not of a name of a Jermel Charlo or a lot of other people, but it's 2 Mexican fighters, and Tijuana came out and supported, but it wasn't a full house. It was still a good environment, but they didn't sell a lot of tickets. So that tells you people want to see, like Canelo, obviously in social media, we know because we benefit on Instagram and YouTube, still has a big name. But when it comes to actually giving your money and a lot of things, Fernando, like honestly, I'll tell you the truth. I have no idea what the hell PLE was, and you kept writing about it in the newsletter. But I guess it's like the new way of saying pay-per-view, right? PPV. Yeah. And that's the way they should go. And boxing is so outdated with the stupid pay-per-views. I could send you a link right now, or you could send me a link saying, here, you can watch this for free. Yeah, a little buffering, but it gets the job done. Or let's go to a friend's house. People aren't spending $80, $90 for these fights. And I don't care that it's Canelo. Unless it's Canelo and somebody else, like a David Benavidez, that's really good. You could actually, there's times where I say, you know what? I will give you my money because I don't want to deal with the buffering. Canelo Alvarez and David Benavidez would do that. Canelo Munguia, Canelo Caleb Plant, Canelo Charlo. You ain't getting my money. I hate to say it, or I'm there covering it because I'm a good person, right? But yes, I think because you have Saudi Arabia still lingering to answer a question and with a long-winded response, there's still money out there for Canelo to be a free agent and not give a crap about. Like Eddie Hearn might throw himself and say, hey, I have Edgar Berlanga. Come back to the zone. We need you. We need to sell more subscriptions. Take the guarantee money. Or Saudi Arabia saying, you want to fight Terence Crawford? We got $50 million for you right here. Just take it. But you're going to need somebody to really step up and pay him for David Benavidez. And I'm going to say that won't happen until Cinco de Mayo 2025.
He'd be a year older, though. I'm going to go from the other route. Like, I'm just gonna use my brother as an example. Like Daniel won't watch like boxing fights. He'll be like he watched Ryan Garcia, Devin Haney, but he's kind of like And UFC 300 he bought because he's like, oh yeah, no, I want to watch this. Like I really want to see what they're doing. And then obviously he already said McGregor he's gonna buy because he wants to watch McGregor versus he wants to watch that pay-per-view, but he wants to watch McGregor fight again. So yeah, like you said, there are fighters, there are moments where you're like, yeah, I'll watch no matter what. And unfortunately, Canelo's kind of starting to dry out when it comes to that because I think people are trying to tell him, hey, we want the David Benavidez fight. I don't know if fans are too hyped up for him against Terrence Crawford. So I think it has to be like, I think the Benavidez and him have to come together soon and basically say, hey, well, okay, let's do it next May, but like do it in advance so that people actually are like hyped up and his next fight doesn't suffer if he really does do it September 16th or if he waits till the back end of this year. But I think Canelo and I think it benefits both Canelo and David Benavidez to get in the ring. Obviously it benefits Benavidez even more, but still I think Canelo does need this fight. I know he said he doesn't, but I really think that he needs it, to be honest.
Yeah, no, I'm with you, but I think it's gonna be one more fight of kind of waiting because people will pay him, but after a while, it's like, okay, you've done enough. Let's go to Cinco Mayo and start like a bidding war between, you know, you want to fight Benavidez and you want real money, and like come over to PBC again.
Yeah. All right, let's move on now to some quick WWE talk, Gilbert. All right, I don't know.
Yeah, I'm cool with it.
Okay.
Sorry,
cool.
I want
no.
Yeah,
no. I was just like, okay. Gilbert, obviously this last weekend, last Friday, the general manager of SmackDown comes out. Oh my God, I blinked on his name. He's married to Mickie James, though. He won, obviously. But the general manager comes out and he says, Cody, I got your next opponent. Here comes Logan Paul out, and everybody's like, Logan Paul, like why? They're going to Saudi Arabia for the King and the Queen tournament, obviously, and I'm actually intrigued by this matchup because I think 2 or 3 matches into Logan Paul's career, he fought Roman Reigns in Saudi Arabia. So Nick Aldis, thank you, Jesse. I appreciate it. Yeah, Nick Aldis. All I can think about is Mickie James. I don't know for what reason. So, but Jesse, thank you so much. But obviously, when it comes to this matchup, it's intriguing because he was able to go. I mean, and it's Roman being able to take control of the match and make Logan look really good. But now I'm interested to see what this match kind of is, how Cody approaches going up against him. By the way, somebody put, if anybody if you would have told somebody in 2016 these guys would have a pay-per-view fight, you'd be like, this is crazy. In 2016, when Cody was Stardust and obviously Logan was in the Japanese gardens doing weirdo shit. But obviously this match is intriguing because of the athleticism that Logan Paul brings. He's a little bit different than some of the other WWE wrestlers. He's really smooth when he kind of moves around the ring. Brass knuckles obviously will play into effect. Cody did say it's for all the gold, and I'm kind of like, okay, this has DQ written all over it because why would Cody, number one, why would he want the United States Championship? 2, he did say he would become a Grand Slam champion if he did it, but Cody doesn't need it. So, Mimsy's not a fan of Logan Paul. I get it. I think he just needs a little bit more work on the mic, but I think he does really well in the ring. And obviously what's her name? Ronda Rousey criticized him. So I was like, oh, okay, why am I saying Nikki? If Ronda Rousey criticized him, then I might like him a little bit more because she was like, well, if I would have been given everything that he got, I would have done better. No, you didn't. You had all the tools, you had everything. You couldn't do well on the mic. But yeah, Gilbert, I think this match is going to be very exciting to watch. I am interested to see what kind of things they pull out, but I really think this is going to end up in DQ because I don't see why Cody would need 2 belts if the finish the story, quote unquote, was for him to get there win the championship against Roman, and basically start defending it against whoever comes up against
And then
them.
to lose it so quickly just doesn't seem right. That's why I'm surprised.
Oh, if he lost it to Logan,
Imagine like
would
after all that build up of being this guy that who's fighting for his opportunity, trying to make it. He left, he came back, and this YouTuber guy who's been around for a year or two just takes the belt from him. I'm not gonna lie though. Mad. It would be a good storyline though.
I think he's, I know. I do think he is going to be a future world champion.
That's what I'm saying. So I felt like, why are we doing this now? Maybe his storyline is like, you know what? I got my early shot with Cody Rhodes. I'm a better person from that. I'm a better wrestler all around, and comes back a year later to do it again. But it kind of feels very quick. And also to your kind of your point, Fernando, it's a maybe a little slow period for WWE, and they want to build something here. But they had a good backlash, like you mentioned. But to read what Angel said, Logan Paul is a bastard scammer. How his career is still on the up amazes me. Exactly. So imagine if he wins, keeps both belts. No, I okay. It's scripted, Mimsy. So I will pick Logan Paul just for that. That's a good comment.
Go ahead. Go. You were saying.
No, that's it. But you know what? I want to choose chaos. So Mimsy, I'm gonna do you a favor, and I'm gonna pick Logan Paul to beat Cody Rhodes, because the more I talk about it, hey, maybe you kind of build something up here for SummerSlam, and you know what? Try to bring the belt back for Cody. There you go. You're welcome.
To Angel's point, I'm surprised that the WWE is doing as much as they're doing with Prime, because
he's getting endorsements and sponsorships from WWE. He's getting it all.
I've seen some stories of like nurses saying that they've had young kids in the emergency, and allegedly from kids that have drank too much Prime and what it has in it and all this stuff. So I'd like to see what all that kind of goes for in the future, allegedly again. But I'm interested.
It's gonna be bad for WWE when the Prime's all over the ring.
Yeah, because I know they did it at WrestleMania. They put the logo on there. I would have rather something else, but it is.
Didn't they do it again for Backlash too?
I think so. No, for King, no, they didn't do it for that. I think they're going to do it for King and Queen of the Ring. So I'm interested to see that. But I think this match is going to be great, though. I think it'll be something interesting to watch. I think they need to do a little bit more work with Logan when it comes to being on the mic. I still think he needs. I mean, and the guy is a cocky bastard, but I think he still needs a little bit more cockiness to it. I feel like sometimes he gets a little timid with what he's going to say, but I am Prime is the official drink of the Dodgers and Lakers.
Is this
and
true?
Bullshit. But yeah, I think, and I think UFC is doing something with no, they're body armor.
I feel like it's like lazy marketing, like, oh, the young kids like Prime, well, let's get on that too. And I'm like, all right, whatever.
Replace Prime with OnlyFans sponsorship. You know, it's funny. Somebody did. What was it? What fight did we see? Oh, was it the Ryan Garcia? That it was sponsored by OnlyFans?
Yeah. OnlyFans.
Yeah. So there you go.
Yeah, they're all over combat sports. And by the way, I'm gonna make an OnlyFans account where people have to pay me to make predictions for the opposite way. Because say you want your team to win the Super Bowl or whatever, I don't care. I'll be on. Are they more money on OnlyFans? So I'll do it in a tank top, and I say, which team do you want me to go against? And there you go.
I think they would pay you to put clothes on. But yeah, no, I'm definitely.
Why you gotta offend me for now? That one hurt. The whole being cursed, but you just called me ugly. That one hurt.
No. I wouldn't do any of that. But by the way, Dan watched the cruise thing, and he started laughing when he was like, I did not know what you were gonna say, and all of a sudden you just pull OnlyFans on the cruise ship that I go on. I'm like, heck yeah, I'm all down for it. So yeah, I've seen that, Mimsy, that there's a lawsuit against them. That's why I said I'm surprised that
I've never had it, so now I'm thankful for that.
So I did Delbert said you walked right into that one. But I had one sip. And when they said it was natural, I'm like, there is no way this is natural. Like, it just tastes, it tastes unnatural.
It's always too good to be true.
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, I just am interested to see what happens with this. But all right, Gilbert, are you gonna watch this King and Queen of the? Oh, well, real quick, are you gonna watch it?
Is it? It's May what 20 something? I forget.
May 25th.
Okay, yeah. Why not? It's
Real quick.
in what country again?
It's Saudi Arabia.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's
Real
Saudi
quick.
Arabia
It's gonna
month.
be early. It's gonna be at around like 9 a.m. or something like that. Real quick, Gilbert. There's been a lot of "We Want Roman" chants. Whenever the Bloodline comes out with Solo and those guys, there's been a lot of "We Want Roman" chants. I'm telling you, that dude is like it happened in France. It happened here. Like everybody wants.
I can't wait for the pop he's gonna get when he returns, whenever that is.
And please, for the love of God, WWE, do not let anybody know when he's coming back. Just all of a sudden, bang.
Yeah.
Supposedly he might do a new song with it. So I'm kind of like, oh, like I love
you gotta
it.
leave. You gotta leave the other song.
But just let him come out. Like whatever moment it is, whatever you think, just bang. And I don't know when he's gonna come back. Everybody keeps on pointing at SummerSlam that he's being advertised for it, but I'm interested to see when he officially does come back. But let it be something where he Money in the Bank. If he just entered, like if he just came in, knocked everybody out, went up and grabbed the briefcase and said, "I want my champion." Oh, that might be the way I would do it. I think it'd be a beautiful thing to watch something like that. But I don't know. No, but Roman's big enough to where he doesn't need the championship. No, Mimsy, I'm not gonna have Tiffany Stratton win the Queen of the Ring. I'll tell you why. I want her to win the Money in the Bank. I think Tiffany Stratton is getting to that point where I think if she holds on to the briefcase till about Royal Rumble / wherever they decide to go next year before WrestleMania, I think that would be interesting to watch.
Why not both? Why not? It's Tiffy time.
If she wins both, then everybody's gonna be like, "Oh, it's too much." This, that. I think they need to have her win one, and I think it's gonna be the Money in the Bank. I think she wins. Angel, I would love for that to happen, but I think we're gonna still get a Shield WrestleMania. I still believe that. By the way, I don't know if you guys saw real quick. Dean Ambrose was on a show, and he's like my music or the music hit of the Shield, and people were texting me, "Are you there? What's going on?" And he's like, "I was asleep in Tokyo." He was in New Japan. When that music hit, Gilbert, I swear I actually did for a second believe that Dean Ambrose was coming down and he was going to be out there. I was like, dude, this would be epic. Obviously, it didn't happen. It was Seth. But I think, Angel, we're still going to get a wrestle. I think with Triple H now in charge, because the beef was between Dean and Vince, I think now remember, hell froze over. CM Punk is back. I truly think that Dean Ambrose or Jon Moxley will come back to WWE and we'll get a Shield WrestleMania because that's what everybody's been wanting for years. A couple years ago, they teased us because it was the Shield members in a triple threat or in a fatal four with Randy Orton also out there. I still think we're going to get a WrestleMania with all three of those guys. Hopefully WrestleMania 42, but in London. But I definitely think if Tiffany went, yeah, I think so too. That's the thing. You don't want to give fans too much. I think she might get big dog treatment. I completely agree, Mimsy, but she's talented. I think she has everything that she needs to be the next big female star in WWE or star just in general. I think the reception that she's gotten in France, the reception that she got in Australia, and even during WrestleMania, I think fans I
feel like every year we're gonna make Fernando pick a breakout superstar in WWE, and this year it seems like it's gonna be Tiffany Stratton.
Oh yeah, Tiffy time. Yeah, no, I definitely agree with that. But yeah, definitely interesting. Gilbert, just real quick, you and I are both obviously members of the media. We take this seriously. We love what we do sometimes, but there are times where, in the words of, can I say what Uncle Joe says, or I can't?
He says a lot of things, but go ahead.
There's a lot of fuckery that happens, Gilbert.
Okay. That's like your third F-bomb today, by the way.
Oh, have I thrown out F-bombs?
A couple. You got mad during the whole grilling session, and you got.
Oh, did I say? Oh, I apologize. Kid show. I apologize for that. But Gilbert, obviously, during during this UFC event. What was it? UFC.
It was like a fight. It was like a fight night. Yeah.
Fight night. Derek Lewis. This question was asked to Dana White.
We were talking to Derek Lewis this week, and he had mentioned that he might have been in talks with WWE as well.
Oh wait, this is my bad. I got the wrong one. That's my bad. I didn't mean to do that. That was Derek
Lewis, WWE.
Yeah, so Derek Lewis has been talking to WWE about potentially jumping.
I can see it. He's really funny on those post-fight interviews with Joe Rogan.
I thought exactly the same thing. I'd love to see what he could bring to WWE. Let me look real quick for the other one. Again, that's my bad. Oh wait. Oh no. Yeah, I sent it to you.
Unless I didn't add it to the rundown, maybe.
Oh yeah, you did. Let me grab it from there. I apologize. I'm
not even sure anymore.
No, you did.
No, I don't even see it. No, I didn't do it. But
okay.
That's my bad.
Yeah, no. That was my bad. Let me grab it real quick.
While you're doing that, Fernando, let me talk about real quick about the John Jones dilemma to get some UFC conversation going. And John Jones, he annoyed a lot of people last week because, or 1 week ago, he got people excited for the Alex Pereira potential dream bout. John Jones said, "You know what? I'm interested in Alex Pereira. Let's make this happen." And then a couple of days later, John Jones was like, "You know what? I owe it to Stipe Miocic. Did I get that right? Stipe Miocic, that I'm gonna fight him because when John Jones was gonna fight at Madison Square Garden at UFC 295." They were the headline bout, and John Jones got hurt, and I think he feels like he owes it to Stipe, but Stipe hasn't fought like I gotta double check, but it said 2021, and I find that really hard to believe. That could be why there's an uproar. Stipe hasn't fought in a long time, and you got two very good fights. One's better than the other. Alex Pereira is a better one, and then Tom Aspinall is a very good second choice. And you're gonna go fight Stipe. So a lot of people are very, very upset. Let us know in the comments too about this one, which fight you want to see. But I bet you there was some kind of poll, and the UFC ran it with Dana White. Stipe and John Jones would be dead last over Aspinall and Alex Pereira. So I want to see John Jones fight one of those two guys. I get what John Jones is going through. Like, hey, I owe it to the guy. I'm the one that pulled out. I love that aspect of it, but it's kind of like, we'll be okay.
That time has passed.
Maybe, but also Stipe maybe saying, you know what, I need my payday, or maybe it's okay what he hasn't fought in 3 years. Who knows? But
yeah. Mimsy, real quick, male breakout superstar. I'm gonna go Carmelo Hayes. Gilbert and I spoke to him at WrestleMania. He said he's motivated. That Shawn Michaels has told him, hey, you need to work even harder than anybody else because of your size and everything. So I'm gonna go Carmelo Hayes. Either him or Braun Breaker. I know everybody loves him from NXT, but I think both of them are in for big years with the WWE. All right, I got it, Gilbert. My bad. I apologize for that one. I apologize for the F-bombs, PG. I know. I'm sorry. I am. Here we go.
You shouldn't be riding PBR. You know, I got one of the nastiest pulls in the PBR. Yeah.
He's certainly thankful. And I've got one little challenge for Cowboy myself. If you notice this BMF brand on the top of my hat, got that custom branding iron. And I said if he did his ride, I was going to let him brand me, but now I just want to let him do it. So what do you think about that?
Did you say brand you?
Yes, sir.
Brand you?
Yes, sir.
You and Cowboy were made for each other.
Can we make it happen?
You're nuts. Can I make it happen?
Yes,
There's
sir.
no way in hell I would make that happen. You're crazy. Brand you where?
Back of the shoulder.
In the back of your shoulder.
Yes, sir.
Why?
Clout for fun.
Clout for
I'm the
fun?
BMF. I'll be the girl BMF.
Yeah, I can't make that happen. You look like a really sweet lady. The last thing you need to do is get branded. Have you ever been branded before?
No.
No.
I've done it to someone.
You should probably. You do? You have? Oh, you're into some shit, huh?
That last part, you're into some shit. Gilbert, just
I think Dana White said it perfectly. Like, no way in hell I'm going to do that. But I don't like. At first, it sounded like she was trying to do Dana White a favor to plug the bull that he has in the PBR, and then she just took it too far and added that, and I guess it went viral. But I don't know, man. I know Combat Sport has a lot of wacky experts or media people, and I don't know, man. And like even everywhere, even the NFL, you kind of do a better job policing that. But I like those Dana White press conferences because you get to kind of learn about what's to come in the organization. You get a lot of news nuggets out of it, but things like that is kind of like a circus. I'm like, okay, maybe there's a time and a place, and I get that Dana White doesn't get a lot of interview time with reporters. Usually they come after fight nights, so you can't ask them all the time. But that could have been saved for a different interview. But I don't know. I thought it was a little wacky. I wanted you guys to see that one, and I don't know. I know Fernando, you're more vocal about that, but I just know it's hard to police dumb things at press conferences. But yeah, that's the last one.
Done. Oh, I'm telling you, these companies should have me as head of their PR and all that stuff. These people would never have credentials again. Like, what are you doing? Like that. I've just been more vocal because of like the people that I've worked with that are very professional. People like you, Eric Williams, Joe Reedy, Jeff Miller, all these people that I've gotten to meet, and even people, Jim Trotter, all these people that I've met and that I hold in high regard when it comes to our business. And then you get crap like this and you're just like, dude, where are we going with this? Like, why are we and even Helwani wrote on here, he says, well, I went away from it, but he said, he's like UFC's done a lot in the last few years, and here I think we're U-turning when it comes to this, when it comes to their media and the media that they allow, which I completely agree with. But I mean, what are you gonna do, Gilbert? Before we have Vic the producer jump on, I just had to ask you one more question. Oh, by the way, somebody wants your Puka Nakua jersey.
We will announce on Wednesday during the live show of House of Horns. It might be kind of a late show because we're gonna wait for the NFL schedule release. But Dano, you're on there many times because you got a bunch of raffle tickets because you were watching the show pretty actively. So we appreciate you for that.
What kind of a raffle did you do?
It's kind of if you would have watched House of Horns every Wednesday, I have like a little setup there, and you participate, you get more entries to the raffle.
Interesting.
You want to be part of it?
If I did one, Athir would probably be at the top of that.
or Jorge.
No, Jorge's, yeah, the dude is a legend. Real quick, Gilbert, what do you think before we have Vic on? What do you think about this?
August 10th? August 10th. Cowboy Stadium, AT&T is it called AT&T? AT&T Stadium. And live, bro, it's gonna be crazy. It's gonna go nuts. No cap. This fight is happening, guys. Go share it. Do whatever you want to do, bro. It's Ryan Garcia versus Spence. I'm not trolling. I just wanted to come on here to tell y'all I'm really not trolling on this one.
He's very confident to try to make a fight this year when he might get suspended for PEDs.
Lame. Let him fight. Devin was gonna get slept anyway. Oh yeah, real quick. He did ask. Athir did want to.
It'll be a good fight though. I'll say that, but yeah, maybe in 2025.
There's a lot of drama behind it. Wow, that's a great picture right there. While we go away, or while Gilbert comes back. Oh, he's back. Gilbert, just real quick. Athir did have a question.
I thought you froze.
No, you froze. Athir was asking if Ladd McConkey goes off on Jesse Minter's defense during training camp. Should that be a concern? I don't know what you think, Gilbert.
McConkey's getting a lot of love, man. Surprisingly,
somebody put
out of sync.
No, yeah, one of these pages put Ladd McConkey's a comp to Cooper Kupp. And one of our compas, Coach JB, was like, the only thing that's similar about them is their skin color. Other than that, there's nothing else that's similar to them. So no, I fear honestly, Keenan Allen and Mike Williams would always make, like, I remember there was years where Antonio Gates would make the defense look dumb. Keenan Allen would do it as well, and then you're like, whoa, what's going on? And then during the season, the Chargers have one of the better defenses, and I'm talking about obviously back in the late San Diego era to the beginning of the LA era. Give a jersey away for What's Up Bolts. Angel, I don't know about all that. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe if Gilbert hooks me up with one, I don't have any jerseys to give out. So I don't know. There he is. There he is. Joe Morley. What's up, Joe? How you doing, bro? What's up with you? Hey, they had a Raiders weekend up in God knows where, and he didn't invite us, so I'm definitely not happy with that. So why would I buy you lunch? Get out of here. All right. All right, let's bring in Vic, the producer. Vic,
Shout out to Joe Morley.
Yeah.
Shout out. Hey guys, how you guys doing?
Good. How are you?
Doing well, sir.
I'm doing good. Fernando's on a 3-week winning streak here. So let's get to some rapid fire, and hopefully Joe Morley stays on because I have some Raider questions for you guys later on after rapid fire. So let's start this off. Do you want to go first here again, Fernando?
The Joe Morley. What a jackass. Yeah, I'll go first.
All right. Did the NFL get it wrong with not letting Jayden Daniels and Malik Nabers have a friendly bet for Offensive Rookie of the Year? $10K was on the line.
I think Malik Nabers and Jayden Daniels got it wrong for saying it out loud, but I think they should have just kept it to themselves. But I still remember a couple of years ago, a media member tried to ask Joey Bosa if they do steak dinners and stuff for sacks and all this stuff, and Joey's like, no, because betting's illegal. So I think the NFL was kind of soft for it, but I mean, we all know that the NFL stands for not fun league. So yeah, I'm a little disappointed in it, but it's the NFL being the NFL. I don't think that's a bad bet. I think that's just them joking around and having fun with it. I don't know if 10K was actually, I mean, I don't know if it's like one of those things where I tell Gilbert, hey, Gilbert, I bet you I make this basket, and I end up not making it. I don't know if it's something like that. And then obviously I saw the memes where people were like, he saw Danny Dimes throw during practice, and he's like, yeah, no, I'm not winning this. So let's pull this out. But no, I think the NFL is they're soft when it comes to this kind of stuff. I think they should just let it go. I think it'd be funny. Jayden Daniels should be suspended for life. but yeah, no, I think it was soft, to be honest.
Yeah, it's hard to disagree with you, Fernando. And that's actually kind of funny that, maybe Malik Nabers leaked it on purpose because, like, oh, crap, Danny Dimes is my quarterback. So that's pretty funny there. But I'm just going to go and bash the NFL. This is so stupid. Like, you're going to benefit for many years off of sports gambling. And, like, you can't let, guys have a friendly wager. It's not like saying, okay, give me money if I don't win it. Like, you're trying your best to win Offensive Rookie of the Year or Defensive Rookie of the Year. Like, it's not that hard. It's not that easy to do. Like, it's a voting process. There's no like tampering here besides, hey, like, let me just play better to get this. But I don't get what's the issue here. So it's not like you're on the field trying to throw a game. You're actually trying to perform better. So I don't understand that overall. All the rules are very dumb and like I don't know.
They're gonna make so much money off of these guys. Like, look at Texas A&M. Texas A&M sucks, but they still have their top-notch facilities from the Johnny Manziel era with all the money that Johnny Football made them. So
now they're trying to take away money. Like, they're gonna gain 10K or someone's gonna lose one, but now they're trying to take that away. So I don't get how they police it, but I just want to say everything is dumb about these rules for the players at least.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm with you, Gilbert. In terms of what you said of the gambling aspect, I mean, we're seeing it everywhere now. I get it. People are getting in trouble, so you're a little bit sensitive. We saw the player from the Raptors who got suspended for life. You've also seen some, the whole thing with Shohei Ohtani. So I understand where the NFL is coming from, but I'm with you, Gilbert. I'm giving you here the point because you're right. Like, you have gambling all over our TV when the football games are going on. Why are you now saying, hey, if you're having a friendly wager, you can bet on it? It just seems kind of dumb. So I'll point to you there, Gilbert. Next question, fair or foul on Patriots coach Gerard Mayo saying Drake May has a lot of work to do.
It's my turn, right?
Yeah.
I think it's fair because you got to be honest. Like he's a rookie quarterback. Why not? And don't be like he's gonna be great. He's gonna be special. Like don't put a lot of pressure on the kid. I kind of like that he has to earn it. You also got Jacoby Brissett as I guess the bridge quarterback. Like let him go earn it. I think Drake May's gonna be a good quarterback, but you can't just give him everything. And also like when you give somebody everything, especially on a bad roster, like can you name a couple of receivers on the Patriots? Can you name like their offensive line, like or their tight end or whatever? Like, yeah, is that guy even good? Juju Smith-Schuster, like they don't have a lot
I
there.
love how
So
you knew.
yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot to work with for Drake May. So hey, if Gerard Mayo, like you want to kind of establish yourself as this hard ass, and you got everything has to be earned, not given. As a first year rookie head coach, I like it, and go after the rookie quarterback. Why not earn your stripes that way? But we all know what happened with Justin Herbert and Anthony Lynn. Fernando, Anthony Lynn tried being the tough guy, and everybody wanted Justin Herbert. So hopefully Mayo sticks to his guns and say, you know what, you have to earn it. You got to work hard. You got to do it in practice. So he's off to a good start. But when people start screaming at you, put it in the first round pick, we want to see it. You kind of in the cave.
I'm gonna go the complete opposite. I don't think the media is the way to go when you're a rookie head coach. You have a rookie quarterback that just got drafted. I didn't think the media is the way to go. I think if you tell him, hey, you have to earn it, you have to do this, you have to do that, and you're honest with him in person, that's great. But now the media is going to be looking at everything. The media is going to be looking at everything to nitpick off of this kid, and they're going to start writing all this stuff. They're going to be writing all these pieces until the kid plays a game, and that could get to him mentally. And I'm just surprised Gerard Mayo, being a former player and he was on staff, seeing what happened with Mac Jones and everything. I'm surprised he took this approach because now the media is going to be bashing him, and they're going to try and nitpick everything that he does, and that could mess with this kid's head, especially if he doesn't have a good environment around him where he's kind of like Justin Herbert, where he ignores the media, he ignores everything that everybody says about him. So I just I don't really like it. I think he should have kept it in house and just told him, hey, I think you need to do this. I think you need to do that. If I'm being completely honest.
Yeah, and I agree here with Fernando. I give you here the point, and the reason is Gilbert and Fernando is because look at who he's replacing. I get it. You had Mac Jones in between Tom Brady, but you know how rabid that fan base is. Why are you giving them any ammo here to be able to just say, oh, he's already going to be a bust? Look at what's going on. And also, like Gerard Mayo, like look at guys like, who he's kind of being compared to, like Antonio Pierce, or even our guy from Detroit. Like those are guys that are behind their quarterbacks, and Aiden O'Connell and Jared Goff. You kind of want to be able to do the same there. I just don't understand why Gerard Mayo went in that direction. But 1-1 here as we head over to the UFC. How much would you pay to see Conor McGregor? McGregor versus Chandler for UFC 303 has already generated $20 million in ticket sales, the highest gate ever in UFC history, according to Dana White.
Fernando?
Honestly, being a media member, I'm sorry, I wouldn't pay anything, to be completely honest. I mean, that's kind of how I am. But if I'm gonna play your game, $250 to $300. I don't think I'd do more. And I know
with that price.
Huh? No, I know. Then that's the thing. I'm not willing to spend a lot of money to go to a sporting event now. So that's kind of my thing. I just wouldn't do it. I'd rather sit in the comfort of my home. We've seen what happens at a lot of these events. There's a lot of fist fights, people getting into other people's faces, people are drunk. Why would you want to deal with all that chaos? And I know, Gilbert, you told me that like there's nothing like a Conor McGregor fight week and everything leading up to it. But why would I want to be around all these people that are drunk, that are annoying, that are they take this way too seriously? I'd rather sit at home, and then Gilbert, we've eaten some of that stadium food. Why would you want any of that? So I'd rather chill, make some wings, grill something, do something. So yeah, I'd rather be in the comfort of my own home instead of paying for that, to be completely honest. I know that's a boring answer, but that's just my opinion.
I was going to say, I got to say, I thought this question was for you because you love Conor McGregor. He can't do anything wrong in your eyes. So I was surprised.
What does that mean?
For me, you think that he's the best thing ever in UFC, but
I think he's fun. He's electric. He talks a lot of crap. Why wouldn't I think
well,
he's
that's what I'm
fun?
saying. Put yourself in those shoes of being somebody who wants to watch him, but I guess you didn't want to participate.
No,
but
I did participate. I just said that.
I will pretend that I have money, and because now
okay,
not have to be the
if we're going that
one
route,
but I will be the negative one because it's Conor McGregor. He's cool. It's fun, but like Mimsy said, a little washed up. His antics get a little tiring, things like that. So I don't know if I will pay that much money, but I think I'll pick it up. Like if I have money, Fernando, and I get to go watch Conor McGregor, and I haven't done it at this point in his career, I think I would go like $500. You know, if I have the money. I'm just saying, but. You know, in terms of like seeing like a legendary fighter not in his prime, I think I'll go for like $500.
Wow, you guys, you're spending a lot of money on there, and I guess that's the going rate now. I mean, honestly, if you spend between $500 and $1,000, I think that's pretty much the going rate. So I'm with you, Gilbert. I think that's pretty much the going rate. Whether like even for a Canelo fight, like those big fights, you want to be there for the spectacle. I mean, I remember Mayweather, McGregor, and like I didn't think it was going to do that much. I was wrong about that, and it ended up making so much money, and it became such a big spectacle because of McGregor. And I think same thing. That's why Mayweather fought him. So I give you there the point. Moving on here, back to the NFL. Give us one team, Gilbert, that won't make the playoffs again this season, and like just give me like not a team that I guess what would be the best way to put this?
A team that made the playoffs last year that's not going to make it this year?
Yes, there you go.
Gilbert, the teams were
Is it me?
Yeah, it is you.
I forgot. Okay.
Gilbert,
by the way, is our Wi-Fi all crappy? Because I can't tell who's freezing and who's not. But
yeah, it's you.
Are you sure? Okay. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yes,
but Gilbert,
because you keep freezing on mine, but yeah.
Gilbert, the teams were the Eagles, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, the 49ers, the Rams, the Packers, the Lions, and the Texans, the Ravens, the Dolphins, the Texans, and the Cleveland Browns. Who does not make the playoffs next year?
Yeah, this is a tough one, and you know what? I'll say this, and you might find it surprising. It's maybe I could change my mind, Fernando, but for right now, I'm gonna go with the Dallas Cowboys. I think they're gonna miss it because they have too much drama with their contracts. You know, with Dak Prescott, with CeeDee Lamb, you have a lame duck coach and Mike McCarthy. You lost a lot of talent and free agency. A lot of them went to Dan Quinn and the Commanders. Yeah, you got some some good linemen in the first and second round to you having good defensive fronts and good offensive lines. But I don't know. I actually like the Commanders. I know Victor was trying to gas them up last year, but I think this year the Commanders could be better. I don't see anything with the Giants, but I think the Commanders and the Eagles will be pretty hard to beat. And I say the Cowboys miss out. Maybe it'll be like a fringe wild card contender, but I'll say they miss out because they just have too much going on, and it's going to collapse with all the drama, I feel like.
You know what's crazy? I want to say the Houston Texans, but I'm gonna hold off on that one, and I'm gonna go with Joe Morley. I think the Miami Dolphins are gonna miss it, and I think there's gonna be a lot of turmoil when it comes to this because shout out to Dan and Dago because I when you look at the Dolphins, I didn't like the Odell. Why are you getting Odell Beckham Jr.? What for? Like what's he really gonna bring to your team that the other guys haven't brought? I think towards the end of the season, everybody figured out their run and gun offense. Everybody was very excited about it. I think I don't like their offensive line. I think it's a year older. Their defense is going to suffer. I really think their defense is going to suffer. Christian Wilkins is now a Raider. Xavier Howard, with all his issues and everything, he's now not there. So you're going to leave Jalen Ramsey on an island. I like their safety from Oregon. I think that kid, Javon Holland, I think that kid's really good. But I just think they're I just think
the two edge rushers are recovering from torn ACLs.
That too, exactly. So I just don't think the Dolphins are going to be that good, and I think it might cost Mike McDaniel his job, especially because I think last year people thought that Tua had a solid year. I think he's going to regress. And I don't think their run game is going to be as good as it was last year. So I'm going to pick the Miami Dolphins. I don't think they're going to be as good. Yeah, exactly. They're building an Olympics track and field team. I just don't think they're going to win football games with it. I think they're gonna be worse than what people really think.
I'm gonna say I like everybody's pick here. Fernando with the Dolphins, Gilbert with the Cowboys, even Atir with the Browns, Joe Morley with the Dolphins as well. I mean, even Mark Madlock saying the Bills take a dump. I mean, I always ask you guys this question. 5 new teams are gonna make the playoffs. 5 new teams are gonna, not make the playoffs. And out of the 2 points that you guys made, I thought Fernando made the best point in terms of what the Dolphins lost. And then, I've also talked about, that offense, that Dolphins offense and how everybody has kind of caught up to it now. And so I'm going to give Fernando here the point. And I also have one more question. So I kind of wanted to tie it up here. So the last question as we go in, with Fernando on a 3-game winning streak here, if Tyson Fury were to return to WWE, who would you like to see the heavyweight champion feud with?
Oh, easy. Drew McIntyre. I think him and Drew McIntyre on the mic, I think they would be hilarious. By the way, credit to Tyson Fury. Last time he was there, he didn't curse all that much when he was promoting and doing all the stuff that he did with Braun Strowman. But I'd like to see him and Drew McIntyre kind of go at it. I'd love to see what they would kind of throw at each other. I think it would be very exciting to see him and Tyson kind of get into it. So I'm going to go with Drew McIntyre. I think that would be perfect. And, when you get English people versus Scottish or versus Scottish people, it's going to get interesting. So I definitely want to see that.
All right, for now, not your boy Logan Paul. He's been getting handed everything, so maybe he gets a feud with Tyson Fury. So
no, I want something more exciting. Your boy Logan Paul, not my boy. I'm just telling you guys what I see and the way WWE is pushing him and the way they're doing everything with him.
I'm gonna do your boy rankings. It's gonna be Conor McGregor and Logan Paul and who else? But it'll be like a future show. But to give you a real answer, I'll go with Damian Priest. I just really like the Judgment Day angle. Maybe it could be like Tyson Fury against everybody. He's a big monster. He's a heavyweight champion against another heavyweight champion and Damian Priest, and you have to deal with Dominic Mysterio. We'll see if Rhea Ripley comes back soon, but you got everybody else.
Rhea's hurt. They're taking L. Like it's been hard to be a Judgment Day.
Maybe that's why Damian Priest got the championship belt, because you got to keep that going. And I'm a big fan of Damian Priest. I love what he did with the Bad Bunny storylines, the good one and the bad one. And maybe if Fury comes back, keep building that heavyweight reign or title for Damian Priest, because I feel like you mentioned, he's gonna lose it at SummerSlam or lose it. We're all waiting for him to lose it. Hey, add a little wrinkle to it. Why not?
Yeah, I'm with Gilbert here. I mean, I like that storyline in terms of like with Drew McIntyre. I kind of want to see what happens with him and CM Punk. So that's the only reason I would be against it, especially if Tyson Fury comes back if he's the one that comes back to WWE this year. So I'm giving Gilbert the win here just because I kind of want to see him go up against the Judgment Day if they end up coming back healthy. But as Fernando pointed out, they're starting to lose. But Damian Priest would be a cool kind of, him feuding with him would be there. So Fernando's winning streak comes to an end. Gilbert, congratulations.
I'm going to say, you felt bad for me, right? You gave me that one because I've been losing. So I appreciate that.
No, I did not do that.
Joe Morley, I expected more from you.
What do you mean?
Congrats there, Gilbert.
He's a Gilbert guy. He's not a Fernando guy.
I'm surprised.
Yeah, Joe invited me to the Raiders event in Bakersfield. Sorry I couldn't make it. I didn't tell you, Joe. But
he invited you? He didn't invite me.
I remember he told me when we were hanging out in Philly. So
what a scumbag!
I was like, oh, that happened, and he had good content.
Joe, you know what's funny? I actually would have shown up if you would have. It was
right.
Day, so I would have shown up. I would have gone on the train.
You just said it's Mother's Day, so you weren't gonna go.
I would for Joe Morley, I would have, and then obviously Jake was there, and then
I like seeing those videos
NFL
with Jake
Mike.
and NFL Mike. Yeah, those are funny.
Yeah, that would have been a great event. Joe, why don't you do one closer to us? There's a lot of Raider fans in San Diego. That would have been fun.
Well, that's a great segment for our 10 minutes with the Compas here. So let me start off since Joe Morley's still around, and I kind of want to start off our NFL segment here with some NFL stuff. So the Raiders, as we mentioned on the show last week, will be holding their training camp in Costa Mesa, and it has been reported that the Raiders cannot open their practices to the general public because the Rams and Chargers have territorial rights in Southern California. This does not apply to the Dallas Cowboys because they were grandfathered in when the Rams and Chargers moved back to LA. So should the NFL allow the Saints and the Raiders to open practices to the general public when they're here in Southern California, guys? Whoever wants to start, go ahead and
I'll go first because I'm already on the screen here. Yes, freaking yes. I was gonna say a different F word. Yes, let them have fans. Like, don't be intimidated by Raider Nation, Chargers fans or Rams fan. Like, Southern California is a massive area, like LA County, Orange County, Ventura County. Like, what the hell were these old Stone Age rules where you can't, like, territorial rights and like what the hell is this? Like, this is my land or you're coming to my territory. Like, it's not a gang war. Like, like, can we just all watch football and choose what you like? Like, what's the problem here? So if you're the Chargers or you're in the Rams, just say who cares? Like, the Rams are out there in San Fernando Valley. Like, it's LA. No one's gonna drive. Like, you choose where you want to go. Like, if you're a Chargers fan, you're not going to Costa Mesa to see the Raiders because they're rivals. So, Costa Mesa is so far away from El Segundo, far away from Woodland Hills. For Cowboys, Oxnard is super far. I guess the only kind of issue is the Saints in Irvine and the Raiders in Costa Mesa, but they're different conferences. Like, they're not even rivals. Like, who cares? Like, let the Saints, let the Raiders do their thing, and let the Chargers have their own, I guess, event at the new headquarters. So to me, LA, like, if you want to make one exception, Southern California is it. It's massive. No one's gonna drive. Like, no one's like, you're gonna go where you want to go and let people have their choice.
I think it's more on ownership than it is on the fans. I don't think the fans are the ones that kind of care. I think the fans are going to be like, oh, we'll be in El Segundo. The other ones are going to be like, oh, well, we're up in wherever and all that. I think it's more on ownership, and I think it's a damn shame if they don't allow this to happen. Because if I'm the Raiders, then I mean, come down to San Diego then and do your training camp down here, and nobody's going to fight you on it. So I just think it's a disappointment because obviously Raider fans are huge. And besides Chargers and Rams, you're not going to stop Raider fans from being Raider fans because you don't allow their fans in there. So Joe Morley actually wants them to stay in Las Vegas and do their training camp from out there. So, but I just think that it's a shame that they're doing that just because there's so many fans here. And especially because in LA, like there's fans in LA, there's fans in San Diego, Oakland, Las Vegas, so everybody could come out. I think they would actually have to shoo people away, Gilbert, if I'm being completely honest. I think if fans, like the first day of training camp, if they allow fans, they're gonna have to shoo fans away because there's just gonna be way too many people.
Do it for a week
to do something. That's what I'm saying. Like, they need to do something, like, especially because that's terrible. And if they're not gonna allow it, then the Raiders should do something right by the Saints. Hold an event out, like outside of the training camp, and maybe take some players over there and have them sign autographs and meet fans or do something to that extent. But I just think it's terrible if they don't allow either fans to go there because it's a shame. And we've seen that the Saints have a lot of fans in Southern California. So don't be like that. You're not going to gain anything. You're not going to lose anything if the Raiders and Saints have their fans there. So it just, they never opened up training camp? Really?
Well, that was under that was under the old regime. So that's also the thing. And then, I mean, I'll say this in terms of, and I agree with Mark Medlock. I think you also have to think about business in terms of here. Like, we're talking about, what it's going to do for Costa Mesa. Like, the Raiders, are donating money to improve, they're putting in locker rooms there, they're putting new field in there. So, and also you're talking about what it can do for, the city of Costa Mesa, what it will bring, the businesses, that also helps there. I just think you're missing an opportunity. Also, you want all these teams. I've also heard that before the Raiders got Costa Mesa, the Texans were also looking to move to Costa Mesa as well. So teams want to move out to California for their training camp, you should allow them to. And if you're going to do that, you should open it up to fans to be able to come and see their team. And, to Joe Morley's point as well, he likes it because not a lot of Raider fans are allowed to, to show up. And so he's able, because he probably has credential, he's able to go and see. But I know for a lot of Raider fans, this is the only time they're going to, especially for those who live in Southern California, this is the only time they're going to get to see those players. So for me, I think it's an opportunity lost. So, kind of moving on, guys, the NFL leaked a couple of games, and so I kind of wanted to get your guys' thoughts on it. Fernando, we saw that the Ravens are opening up against the Chiefs at home. I mean, for the Chiefs, and then the Cowboys at the Browns. Is there a game that you kind of want to see, now that, we haven't heard Monday Night Football or Sunday Night Football, and one of the matchups I know you from the past that you've talked about that you never want to see again is Cowboys and Giants. Is there one that's still out there that, could be a possibility for you that you want to see in week one?
Shoot.
I can give you some day. You could have Atlanta going to Minnesota for the Kirk Cousins Bowl. You could have the Broncos, the Steelers at the Broncos, kind of see what Russell Wilson does. I think one of them could be Cowboys is gone now. You could have the Jets and Dolphins. There's some other good matchups, like 49ers, Rams. Would you want to see a divisional? Maybe even, Chargers and Chargers and Bengals was another one I saw from what was it, from Rich Eisen today.
That would be an interesting Monday night game, but you know what? The only reason why I want to see Dolphins versus the Jets is because I want to see what 49ers Lions would actually be a really good one. Wow, look at Joe Morley. Oh, wow. Okay, Athir wants Chargers at Falcons. That actually would be a good one. Week one, right off the bat to test them. But shoot. Yeah, I'm going to go with the Dolphins. I want to see what Aaron Rodgers has. I want to see, is he still the same Aaron Rodgers as he was before? Because we only got 4 plays of him. Or is he the Aaron Rodgers that's basically done and he's on the way out? So yeah, give me the Dolphins and the Jets. I want to see right off the gate what Aaron Rodgers is gonna look like. But the only reason why that Cowboys and Browns game interests me is because I want to hear how Tom Brady is on the telecast. That's going to be his first game on the telecast. So I'm interested to see how Tom Brady does and has he put the same amount of work, excuse me, that he did when he played the game to now he's gonna do the same when it comes to being a commentator. So I'm good with either one of those. 49ers and Jets would actually be a fun one as well. God, Joe's on it, but Gilbert, go ahead. My bad.
Yeah, I'm with you guys with getting the 49ers somehow on a primetime game for week one. They made it to the Super Bowl. Like, what can they do to let's get to the point with the 49ers? Like, how many shots are you gonna take now? Because like you keep getting close and you don't come through. Eventually, you blow the thing up. So could this be the final push for the 49ers? Christian McCaffrey's getting older. You got to figure out between Debo or Ayuk. So I kind of like this, last push storyline for the 49ers. And it would have been nice to see Chiefs 49ers out the gate, but that's maybe a little too soon. We're going to get Chiefs Ravens anyways. But how about how about the 49ers against Josh Allen and the Bills? Josh Allen has like a new team now. Speaking about having a push, that core group is over with. So, give me Josh Allen without Stephon Diggs, Josh Allen and a bunch of new guys. Are you still going to be that same team? We're going to find out very quickly if you play the 49ers. So, actually, I was looking at the 49ers schedule. They have a very difficult schedule.
They do.
Yeah.
They're loaded though. They're a good team. But you keep trying to climb that mountain and you keep going back down, and to do it all over again and facing those teams, it could be difficult.
Yeah,
and they have 3 receivers that are very similar. That's going to be interesting to watch.
They're planning for the future. I feel that's why they drafted the kid, so one could go.
Yeah, and I was gonna say, I wouldn't be surprised if their schedule looks like the Jets schedule and what we saw last year, where 9 out of the 10 were really really hard. But I'll give you one here just for me personally that I was thinking about, and it goes to what Joe Morley said with Texans and Lions. Last week I kind of mentioned Texans and Bears. I kind of want to see anything with the Texans. I know they kind of got screwed last year where they didn't have any primetime game until they got to the playoffs. So I kind of want to see, Cowboys and no, not Cowboys, sorry, Texans with anybody. I mean, it could even be the 49ers. I just want to see what that team can do. And as to with Fernando said, they have a lot of expectations with that team. I kind of want to see how the rest of their offseason goes, because I think a lot of people think, kind of like how we talked about the Seahawks last year, where everybody thought they might be the third best team in the NFC, and I didn't buy the hype. I think I'm in that same boat with the Texans. I am excited for their offense, but I want to see what they do the rest of the way. But I think the Texans deserve a good matchup, and they should be on prime time. So
yeah, that's going to be definitely interesting. But Gilbert, you ready to go?
Yes.
Can I get one more segment in, because it's in the title, and I feel like we got to talk about it, and we didn't discuss it. But going off of that, I want you guys to give me one surprise team in the NFL for 2024. You already said teams that won't make it, like the Cowboys. And what was your team, Fernando? You said the Dolphins.
Dolphins.
One team that didn't make the playoffs last year that's going to make it this year. And, SI has been asking me to do predictions because the schedule's going to come out. And I'm getting a little out there. And let me give you a few names, at least in the NFC, Fernando. The Commanders are on my radar. The Bears are on my radar. And here's the biggest surprise of teams that are on my radar: the Arizona Cardinals. With Marvin Harrison Jr., I think they might make from last to, not first, but last to wild card contender. So give me, I gave you three right there. And I'll pick one for sure. I'll
they don't
say
have a quarterback.
Yeah, I know you don't like Kyler Murray, but I'll just say this: Kyler Murray, he's not the worst quarterback. He's not the best, but he's somewhere in the top 12, top 15. And you give him Marvin Harrison Jr. And I was really impressed with the play calling of Drew Petzing, the offensive coordinator. You got James Conner. You drafted Trey Benson, the Florida State kid. The offensive line is pretty good. So, Dan, are you still wearing your sweatpants? Because if you are, jump on and stop talking, okay? Because you haven't been on in a couple of weeks. But this is the surprise team / curse team, and I'm not picking them just yet to make the playoffs, but the Arizona Cardinals are on my radar. It could be 9 wins, it could be 10 wins, but I like the coaching. Dan, the Hogs, Paris Johnson Jr. at left tackle. They signed Jonah Williams for right tackle. The interior is pretty good. The more I look at the roster, the more I like the coaching too. Marvin Harrison Jr. Hey, nobody saw the Rams making that jump. Dan's boy, Matt LaFleur, and Jordan Love and the Packers. Nobody saw that. Well, I guess Victor did, but nobody saw the Packers. Nobody saw the Texans. Fernando had the Buccaneers. But every freaking year, there's a surprise team that, oh, you're an idiot for picking that team that goes to the playoffs. So give me a couple, guys.
Okay, here. I'm going to go first, Fernando. Here. I'm going to give you the Tennessee Titans. And, they're a last place team. We've seen the same thing with the AFC South, as I've talked about. One of the things that I did like about the Tennessee Titans is that they went and they hired a coach that they knew that they wanted in Brian Callahan. I really like what they've done with Brian Callahan. They've surrounded Will Levis with weapons all around. So that's one of the first things. Their defense has been good and solid for what you're getting. It's hard to go into Nashville and come out with the win. So that's another thing that I really like about Tennessee. And then lastly, one of the things that I've always checked for was whether a team who spends actually makes the playoffs. Over the last 5 years, the team that spent the most money in the offseason has improved by 3 wins or more. And 2 of them made the playoffs 2 years. One of them was the Jaguars, and the other one was, I think, the Chargers the year before that. So if you spend money, if you go out and spend the most money in the offseason, that usually means that you're going to make the playoffs. So for me, my surprise team will be the Tennessee Titans.
All right. I like it. That's a good one. They were really bad last year, so I like it. Fernando.
Well, you picked like 7 teams.
I'm going with the Cardinals because somebody didn't think I was crazy here. Thank you, Mark, for that.
Yes. And here, let me give you other names here. Angel Salcedo says the Chargers. Dennis says the Bears. Mincy says the Chargers. Joe Morley says the Falcons.
I'm gonna go with Delbert.
Delbert, Minnesota.
Raiders.
I'm gonna go with the Minnesota
really?
Vikings. I like their offense. I think that SDSU quarterback Kevin O'Connell. I think O'Connell's a good coach. I think he knows how to scheme up offenses. I think whether it's Sam Darnold or JJ McCarthy, I think he'll be able to win some games. I think they're tough. I think I'm interested to see what Brian Flores' defense is going to look like. But I think the Minnesota Vikings are going to be my surprise team that makes the playoffs. I think I know obviously Green Bay is very tough. Chicago, I have questions about their quarterback. And then obviously, who the hell else is that in that division? The Lions. I think the Lions take a step back next season, especially with them just paying.
The Lions might be the best team in the NFC.
They just paid Jared Goff.
I like the Packers winning that division.
I actually like the Packers a little more than that, but like at the same as what Vic just said. But I think the Minnesota Vikings are going to be a team that might surprise some folks this offseason. So yeah, I'm going to go with them. So yeah, I just some of the other ones that you guys are. I mean, shoot, you know what? Can I change mine? I like somebody better.
Sure, I gave you 3 names, so go ahead.
No. I take mine back. The Indianapolis Colts. I really like the Colts going into this year. I think the Colts were
they were a 4th down away from making the playoffs.
I don't give a crap. Everybody expects the Houston Texans now to win that division, to be the team and everything. I think the Colts defense.
I'm with you, Fernando. I'm with you on there.
I think the Colts improved that defense. I think they got better on offense. Now, can your guy AR5 actually do something? Or is he going to get jammed up and not being able to be that quarterback? So I'm going to go with the Colts. I really like the Colts. I think our guy Shane Steichen is a top-notch guy. So I definitely am excited to have them or to see what the Colts do. But I'm going to go with the Colts. So, but yeah, that's mine. So Vic has the Tennessee Titans. Gilbert, I just think that one's just going to be really tough. Shut up, Joe. Is that who you're going with?
No, that's not who he went with.
Hey, a lot of us picked the Panthers to make the playoffs last year.
Huh?
A lot of us picked the Panthers to make the playoffs last year. So that shows what
I was one of them. I had them winning that division.
I didn't pick the Panthers to win shit.
Yes.
No, hell no.
Real quick to Mimsy's point here, she says, but can the Cardinals defense stop anyone? I am worried. It's a surprise team. I didn't think it all the way through, but the defense is a little suspect. I'll give you that, Mimsy.
Gilbert, you're putting your hopes and prayers on Kyler Murray. Like the guy watches
Marvin Harrison Jr. I don't know. They kind of remind me of the Rams. You got one stud wide receiver to make things work, and it could be Marvin. And then honestly, I'm high on Jonathan Gannon. He was very, with the crap that he had last year of a roster, he was very competitive. That makes it feel like when you add more talent, and they drafted Darius Robinson in the 1st round, they drafted a couple corners. I think the defense is going to be a problem, but I think the offense could be nice. And I know I'm going down the limb here, but last year I chose the Packers to win the NFC North. That didn't happen, but they made the playoffs. So I got to give myself some kind of credit for being cursed here, apparently. So I know some stuff. Dan, get the hell off the comments and jump on the show. What the hell are you doing?
He's a busy guy.
2-week vacation, my ass.
By the way,
well, guys, I'm gonna be out on the field so late. I'm so tired. Yes. I gotta wear my sweatpants all day.
Thank you. Oh, Dennis, I can't put it up there, but yes, I agree. All right. We appreciate you guys so much for jumping on another episode of Compas on the Beat. Angel, that is damn right. The fans really wanted Dan to come back. What a tease.
Oh, he's too busy on it.
Dan will be back. He said vacation is work now.
I'm too busy for the Compas.
Dan versus Gilbert. Gilbert, I wouldn't be talking. Your June is going to be pretty busy with what you're doing on the side, so Dan's going to give you crap.
Football team and us.
but make sure you guys tune in next week. Next week is the much anticipated return of Dan and Dago. So we'll do all that. We'll get his thoughts. I have some good stuff for Dan. There was a lot of quarterback rankings that came out that I need to show him. So that'll be interesting. Colorado still stays in the news, so we gotta get our expert on it. So Dan versus the Gilbert will sell more than Canelo. But yeah, make sure you guys tune in.
We got that poster, that fight poster, that picture we took at Costa Mesa.
Oh yeah, that was a good one a couple of years ago. Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead, Fernando.
No, you're good. Make sure you guys subscribe to the newsletter. That'll be out this Thursday, so make sure you guys subscribe to that. Make sure you guys hit the little notification button on the YouTubes so that we can so that you're notified when we go live, when videos drop, all that good stuff. Like Gilbert said, we have a lot of cool stuff coming up. There's some fights coming up that we should be a part of. We will be a part of. So make sure you guys are tuned into that. Make sure you guys follow us on Instagram as well at Compas on the Beat. We've been really going up on there. So make sure you guys tune into that. And also, don't forget Wednesday, Gilbert and Vic will be going live to talk about the schedule. Dan still won't be back, so I am thinking about doing a little beat writer roundtable to talk about the schedule with some of these guys, but I don't know what their schedules is like. I'll be asking them. So don't if nothing happens and I wasn't able to do anything, but make sure you guys stay tuned for What's Up Bolts, because I might be getting the guys together and seeing what they think of the schedule. I just don't know what the time will be yet. But yeah, make sure you guys tune into everything else. I was given an indication that supposedly Compas FC will be back soon, so we'll see about that. Yeah, supposedly. But there's a lot of good stuff happening. There's a lot of rumors about potential players that could be going to San Diego FC, so that's exciting to see. Sergio Ramos, Kevin De Bruyne, Chucky Lozano. Well, that one
Marco
is not as
Fabian.
exciting as the other two. Huh? What do you
Marco
say?
Fabian.
This guy.
Marco Fabian.
Stop with that crap. Oh,
From Las
people want Jeff
Chivas.
Miller. Yeah, that might be that might be.
El
You know
Jefe,
what,
Jeff.
Gilbert? Real quick, I don't know if the schedule is going to be as provocative as
I
it
didn't
has
think
been
about
in
that.
years past.
What will they do to top it?
Yeah.
I don't
Can
know
they
if-
top it?
I
don't know
Do
if
they keep
somebody
it going with
wants-
anime? That's a good question.
I don't know if somebody wants it topped. If I'm being completely honest, there's a new sheriff in town. I don't know if they're gonna want all
Can
that.
Can I give a question for What's Up Bolts?
What is
How many primetime games do the Chargers get? Like, do they get 6?
Gilbert, we are wondering that.
Yeah.
Oh, he's staying quiet
Best
on
friend
that one.
is it Dan and Dago?
No. You know who he's talking
Is it
about.
Danny?
No.
I don't know. I have a lot of.
I like this.
Mr. Raiders Insider. What's it called?
That's a pretty good game. Yeah.
What they have what
Do
did
they
they have
play in
last
Detroit?
Yeah, I think so.
That would have,
it would
that
have
be
to
in
be.
Detroit.
Yeah, it would have to be because it's Thanksgiving.
You know what? For that,
but
I have
I
Rams.
remember the Rams are in Detroit. That's what I'm.
I have Rams
for the
Rams at Lions. I'll say 49ers, I think, go to the Cowboys. And then that night game, I think it'll be Baltimore at Chargers for that Thanksgiving slate. I think they're going to try and really hit it out of the park this year with those games. But I'll say they have 5 primetime games, Vic. I think they'll have 5. I think everybody wants to see Jim. They play Joe Burrow. They play the Chiefs twice. I'm sure they're going to want to see them against the Raiders once at least. And then obviously they also have the Baltimore Ravens. So I think it's going to be about 5, to be completely honest. Last year with Staley, they gave him 6. So, one of them was they were moved up, but still, I think that's what's going to be. But all right, as Gilbert glitches out, we appreciate you guys so much. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Freaking Joe Morley. But thank you guys so much. We will be back next week. Dan and Dago will be back. Don't forget to check out House of Horns. Don't forget to check out What's Up Bolts. Don't forget to check out everything else on Compas on the Beat Network. Don't forget to subscribe to the newsletter. Thank you guys so much. But for the time being, ¿sabes qué, Gilbert? Vámonos.
My Wi-Fi sucks, but so do my predictions apparently. But on that note, ya nos vamos, pues, vámonos. Hopefully you got that.